Live, live from Vegas. We got Tony Valente over here. This is awesome, buddy.
Hey, can you see the T-Mobile Arena right behind me?
Yeah, I can.
All right, yeah, that's where I'm at. I just left the Khabib press conference and the UFC weigh-in.
That was pretty exciting. It looked like Tony was a little agitated, huh?
He definitely someone definitely put a rubber dildo in his tortilla. He was definitely amped up, man.
It's a great analogy. I have to use that next time I'm explaining something scientific.
Yeah, he was definitely he definitely was on the high octane, man, and you know, hey, it's fight time.
So you're there with Hav and the team, and
no, Hav is got his hands tied, so he's up in there somewhere drifting around. So it's real chaotic here.
But guys, get a microphone in his face.
Some incredible stuff, huh?
Get a microphone jammed in his face at 100 miles an hour, 50 at a time.
And 11,000 questions. So, but definitely Khabib was laughing quite a bit. It was pretty funny.
He enjoyed Tony's attempt at high school bullying.
I think he got a little bit aggravated, but then he's just like, when you do as much preparing as he does, like he ain't worried about nothing. A fly won't even land on Khabib, so he ain't worried about it.
It's the 5th time, man. Why get all excited and mad? It's the 5th damn time. Come on, right?
Yeah. It's time, man.
How many people were there? Looked like a lot of people.
I would say at least 3,500.
Well, that's what an old UFC used to be. The early venues, 3,500 would have been a great night,
I know, but we're just talking about for a press conference, so that's actually pretty good. I mean, Vegas doesn't seem affected by the coronavirus. People don't really it ain't bothering them.
They can order a suite.
Actually, it's a good thing. People are actually washing. I'm seeing people wash their hands now, which I very rarely seen over the last 20 years. So maybe it's a good thing.
You got some good ones today, Tony. So what did you think? How did you, Romero and Israel, they were doing the stare down. What did that look like to you? Who did you feel in your psychic?
Well, you have a guy from Cuba who's an African, and you got a guy from Africa who's an African. So, it could be a very intense thing. Well, yeah, that's going to be an incredible matchup. I think it's going to start off a lot slower than people think, because Romero starts off slow anyway, and then he just accelerates and tries to, put you out. And Israel is so agile, so lean. He doesn't have any wear and tear on him, so he absolutely has no fear of Romero. I can tell you that right now.
I was talking with his buddy, Bam Bam, all the guys down there, they're pretty close to New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah.
And he's like, I go, well, he goes, he's not just skinny, he's strong too. Like, didn't you notice? And I was like, yeah, I was thinking just mass versus lean. But then again, Adesanya's been knocking a lot of people out, man.
Yeah, but you got to realize something. He's really not skinny. He just has an athletic build, and Romero looks like he's from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you have somebody with a bodybuilder physique versus a guy who has an athletic build. He has a very natural build, and he gets his acceleration from balance and leverage, not muscle mass. So, it's just different, man. The human body is a human body. People get power different ways. Some people have pushing power. Some people have snapping power. Guys with long arms have long tendons. They usually can hit a lot harder than a guy with shorter arms.
Well, knockout power, you don't have to be a pro bodybuilder at 300 pounds of mass to knock somebody out, right? I mean, give me something on that. I know I could give you my opinion. I think it's someone who's got the punch. I've seen little guys take out big guys. It doesn't seem to matter too much.
Well, you have trigger points in your body, so no matter who you are, if you get hit there, your body's going to go out like a light switch. I mean, if you get caught on the chin, you're going to go down. That's just the way the human body is designed. I mean, every now and then there's a person who just has an unbelievable pain tolerance, and with their adrenaline combined, they can just take astronomical punishment. But for the most of us mortals, if we get hit on the chin, we're going sleepy time. So,
I mean, there's no way to build up your chin. If somebody hits the dot, they hit the dot, really. Can't build up the chin.
That is correct. I mean, you can develop your neck, and that helps. And if you develop your traps, it helps take some of the shock off of the punches. But, you know, you only have so many fights in your body. It's like a door. You keep slamming it, the hinges come off. You know, you only got so many fights, and then you wear out.
Yeah, we've seen that happen as guys just become easier to knock out over time. Other champions in the past. And
yeah, you know, if your equilibrium gets damaged, that's a big factor. A lot of people get hurt in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, having gym wars.
What was you have a feeling that some of our buddies have been watching our podcast?
Well, someone kept bringing up that they're going to start sparring, and they're sparring for this fight. And Tony Ferguson said he is actually. You can email him if you want to come down there and spar. And he said basically he never really had to spar to get ready for his fights, but for this one, he's actually going to do it. So there is a slight chance he was listening to us saying that, you know, it's impossible to get perfect timing without sparring. So, you know, maybe he did listen to it, or maybe one of his people listened to it. But, you know, hey, he's done incredible with his career with no sparring, which is absolutely incredible. But he does spill a quart of blood every fight. He does, you know, get his face cut. He takes a lot of shots. And at some point, you can't impose your will. Like, it's just too much.
It's funny because once you become champion, the people that love you, your biggest fans, hope you stay there forever. And then there's the other guys that want you to fall down. They all want the champ to fall just to see something new. And, you know, people want, you know, so when the dialogue goes that, okay, Khabib's fighting, he better watch out for the elbows, he better watch out for this. We all know about all that stuff, okay? So does Khabib. He knows it very, very well. He's been training his whole life to fight. It's not like this is his first time, and hopefully he takes notes in class this time. Hell, the guy's at it all the time, you know?
Yeah, but you got to realize something. People express what they fear the most. So maybe they fear the elbows. Maybe they fear being taken down. Maybe they fear not trying. There's a lot of psychology in what people say. So it isn't so much that they're talking about the fighters. Maybe they're expressing their own fears, that they want someone to lose because that makes them feel validated because they've lost their whole life.
Yeah, they're projecting onto who they want to see fall. They might even not want a certain movie star to do well at the box office, for that matter, right?
Exactly.
Just to be random, but you know, for a guy to start sparring that never sparred, the only other guy like that for a while was like Mirko Krokop, and then he started importing his sparring partners.
Yeah.
You know, it was like nice view.
Trying to get you better views back here. So.
Well, the one thing that people have expressed is they feel like we, you know, some of the videos I make and the videos, you know, how we talk, people feel like it's very experiential when they watch our shows on the channel because they feel like they're getting the real thing from AKA, you know?
Yeah.
And now you're making it even more so. Then we put your clips on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Everybody needs 10 seconds of entertainment, so there it is.
Yeah. They were arguing. What are they arguing about? I saw a brief clip.
It's just, you know, Tony Ferguson definitely rehearsed some one-liners, and he just kept, you know, bombing away and stuff. So, you know, the fans loved it. It was entertaining. There was a lot of Hispanics in the audience, you know, a lot of mariachis, Mexicans, Hispanics, Latinas. So, you know, he drew a nice little crowd there. So it was great entertainment.
Good for him.
It isn't personal. It's just entertainment because, a guy who has achieved that much is not walking around full of hate. He's a world-class athlete. He's disciplined beyond people's wildest dreams. And that's it, you know. A little trash talking's good. It gets people's adrenaline going.
Well, you know, I'm around the gym all the time with Hav, filming Khabib, filming everything, right?
Yeah.
And he's never once ever said, "Oh, we better watch out for Tony. Uh-oh, Tony's coming. The big bad wolf is coming, little pigs. Hide in the house." That's never happened.
Well, see here, one thing is they got into a little bit of debate because he was saying he was from the streets and Khabib didn't know nothing about street fighting. And people think ghettos in America are so tough, but if you go somewhere like Russia, like, it's a whole different level. So, you know, here you might be fighting over a bag of weed or a 40 ounce or some gang shit, but like you go to Russia and get in a street fight, you talking, that's a whole nother level. People just don't realize you could die over there in 2 seconds or freeze to death or something. You know,
Yeah.
People underestimate, you know, foreign countries and stuff, how rough it really is. So that might have struck a chord for a second there because he was just like, Khabib said, you don't know what street fighting is like in my country. You know.
Some of the hardest people in the world come from his whole country. He doesn't just have a neighborhood like watch out for 3rd and Washington Street. They come from the whole damn country's tough, man. And the surrounding countries and surrounding those countries. I mean,
it's people, you know, quite a few of us come from rough neighborhoods, but still, you know, these countries, like I said, it's a whole nother level, man. Like,
yeah. Well, I'm married to a Russian. When she tells me that's not tough, you haven't seen tough yet, and she's being sincere, I tend to believe her.
And people, oh, California is so rough. It's like the most liberal place on the planet. So, like, you know, I just don't listen to that stuff, you know.
We got like tough gas prices, you know, tough high rents. Yeah, those are about. Watch out for those apartments; they'll get you. You know.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Well, you're living where the price is right in Vegas, so we got more topics. But it's been a good little rap session with you, man. I like you breaking in. We'll do another one. You know, Hav wants us to carry it a little bit, do our own thing. And
yeah, man. Just unplug it and do your thing, man. Shit. That's just a quick snippet, snap it. If you can see this behind me on the big giant screen there. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. It's nice.
Oh yeah.
Looks like a good selfie, but it's a video. That'll work.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, everybody. Subscribe to our channel. More podcasts coming soon. More videos. More Tony from Las Vegas, who's got all the hookups out there.
All right.
I don't know you're rotating over there.
Yeah, I'm starting to get motion sickness. I'm taking too many hits to the head with nunchucks.
I'd love to see some news broadcaster like be trying to broadcast and seeing the other co-hosts like spinning around in circles. What the reaction is going to be.
I hear you.
I'm bringing some more videos. Thank you to everybody that subscribed to the channel. Javier's coming back. Tony's coming back. We're going to bring you diverse stuff. A lot of
Hey, and you know, one thing Khabib said in closing, he said that his manager would beat most MMA fighters. So that's a subject we got to bring Javier in on and some other people too. And the word on the street, Ali definitely can fight at an extremely high level. I would not underestimate him. I would not run up on him. I would proceed with caution. That's the word on the street. So there it is.
I've seen him in the gym. That's all I'll say, and save the rest for Javier, you and me on our next podcast together. So look out for Coach. Hopefully he gets some rest, push away some microphone people, get him some space. And
all right,
have a great weekend, brother. Enjoy the fights tomorrow night.
For sure.
Everybody. Tune in for the next one.